Welcome to my library with all the books I love to read. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Brandy's Book Talk. Hello again. Welcome back to my library. Have you read anything good lately? Today, I wanted to discuss with you sci-fi and fantasy. There are so many great authors within this genre, and I'd like to share a few with you. Some of the ones I love the most include R.A. Salvatore with the Rotn series, although I have a few other series of his as well. We have the Shannara series by Terry Brooks. I've got Ender's Game by Orson Scott Card, the Dune series by Frank Herbert. Some of them are also written by his son Brian Herbert. We have the Wheel of Time series by Robert Jordan. We've got the Harry Potter series, Terry Pratchett, so many different things, so many different styles. I love them all. So, many of these were actually introduced to me by my brother. He's had some great recommendations over the years, and today I want to discuss with you one of those recommendations. We have the Malazan Book of the Fallen series by Steven Erikson. This is the first book in the series called Gardens of the Moon. I hope you can see that. And so this series was very different to me than a lot of the stuff that I had read before. It's not your typical fantasy world, and a lot of the story revolves around war, which is not typical of a lot of the things that I read, but it's also not set in this world. So there's definitely some differences there. But it was still, all the different characters still spoke to me in different ways. Not at first. It took me a little bit of time to learn who was who and what was what. But that works for any great series, doesn't it? So I would like to read to you a description of this first book. The Malazan Empire simmers with discontent, blood dry by interminable warfare, bitter infighting, and bloody confrontations. Even the imperial legions, long inured to the bloodshed, yearn for some respite. Yet Empress Lysine's rule remains absolute, enforced by her dread claw assassins. For Sergeant Whiskey Jack and his squad of bridge burners, and for Tattersall, surviving cadre mage of the 2nd Legion, the aftermath of the Siege of Pale should have been a time to mourn the many dead. But Darujistan, last of the free cities of Genebakis, yet holds out. It is to this ancient citadel that Lysine turns her predatory gaze. But it would appear that the Empire is not alone in this great game. Sinister, shadow-bound forces are gathering as the gods themselves prepare to play their hand. So once again, this is one of the Malazan Book of the Fallen. This is the very first book in the series, Gardens of the Moon. Steven Erikson is the author, and I highly recommend it. I'm very grateful to my brother for introducing me to this series. It took me a little bit of time to get into it to begin with because it was so different from anything else I had read. But once I did get into it, I couldn't stop. I had to buy the entire series. It's all right here. I had to buy all of them. They are fantastic, and I highly recommend them. So I truly hope you have enjoyed this episode, and I hope you're ready for some good reading. I am. That's what I'm going to do now.